Hey guys, check it out. It's me again, Barry with Barry's ATrack and Classic Car Radio Repair. This time we're demonstrating an ATrack that I've converted for use with a converted R modern reproduction radio, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Okay, Delco systems, especially between 1967 and about 1972, uh, they had so many combinations available. You could have had an AM radio with an ATrack. You could have had an AM FM mono radio with an ATrack. You could have had an AM FM mono radio with a multiplex adapter in an ATrack. You could have a reverberator. There are just so many different combinations they offered. They all required a certain wiring harness, and so one thing I'll say about these ATracks, they're not all wired the same. Even though they have identical looking connectors, they're not all wired the same on the inside. So for the guy who's trying to reassemble a system, like say for a Pontiac or for like a Pontiac GTO especially, you may never find the exact equipment for your existing wiring harness. So what a lot of guys do is just say screw it, and they go ahead and have the radio converted to where you eliminate all your original wiring harnesses. The radio connects directly to speakers, and then when it comes to the ATrack, all we do is we remove all the original electronics. As you can see, we remove the original connectors. All this has now: hot, ground, output, aux input, and that's it. You don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to try to figure out how the heck these harnesses are wired. And the reason, of course, this goes to your radio, this goes to the aux input on your radio. And since the ATrack uses up your radio's aux input, I add an aux input to the ATrack. That way, whenever there's no tape inserted, whatever you got plugged in here will pass straight to the radio without having to do anything to the ATrack. So let's go ahead and hook this up. Just take a moment. It's so much easier to hook up now because all we have is left output, right output, hot and ground, and anybody can figure that out. Go ahead and hook this puppy up. Okay, and of course I don't have a converted radio on my bench, so I'm just running it through my stereo bench receiver. Let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. I got to start off at low volume, otherwise it'll kick off my overload. And here we go.
Put the blues on the rise, the boy to love. Me, you understand. Get out and circulate. And a swinging from a popular song. Oh, hurry on and start.
Okay, and that's it. When you pull the tape out, it'll be 20 seconds, probably be 20 seconds before the radio comes back, because your converted or reproduction radio does not have a separate control input. It just senses that there's audio at the jack. It switches the radio to aux input, and then it holds on to the aux signal about 20 seconds longer than it really needs to, and that's just to make sure that it's not constantly switching back and forth between quiet music passages and between songs. You don't want it switching back to your radio every time you're between songs. So that's why they have that Vox circuit, VOX, voice operated switch, that holds on to that input a little bit longer than it really needs to. So that concludes the test. The ATrack's working properly. It will provide a signal. Now, since I don't know the gain of this customer's aux input, this signal, when you plug an ATrack in, it could be really, really loud, or it could be pretty soft compared to the radio. But I tend to adjust them more towards the louder, because I had one customer say that the radio didn't recognize his 8-track output, so I just had to crank it up a little bit more so that the radio recognized it, and then it was fine. So on that happy note, this comes from, I'll have to see who this comes from. Okay, this unit comes from Charlie in Jonestown, Pennsylvania, and it is okay. It's purchased from eBay, unsure of operation or what vehicle it came from, and that's very typical, especially since there's no model number on this one. Most Delco model numbers are no longer on the unit; the stickers just fall off with time. So he's going to put it into a 78 or a 77 Trans Am. And so that's the deal on that. He's got apparently a modern reproduction radio that he wants to plug this puppy into. And so now we've set it up for the best possible ATrack sound. So obviously my phone number and description are in the my phone number and website are in the description below. Please visit my website before calling me with a bunch of questions. That's just a needless waste of time that I could be putting into the workmanship of your unit. Please get your information from the website so that by the time you call me, it's like, okay, I've got your work order. I just had a little question that I need to ask you. That's the ideal scenario. So thanks so much for watching, listening, and we'll see you guys next time.